Hello, I'm Catherine Maguire. Welcome to the Soul Alchemist Podcast, where each week I share wisdom, inspiration, and practical tools to support you on your journey of personal growth and transformation. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It is so lovely to have you here. Can you believe that we are on episode 16, which is 4 months of podcasts? It's blowing my mind today. And thank you. Thank you for everyone who's taken this journey with me. Thank you for coming along for the ride. Thank you for all your lovely messages and feedback and comments about what you've learned, how you've grown, what you've transformed, how you've been inspired. And, it's just been great. It's really been great. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where the next 16 episodes and beyond go. And I think it's also a lovely reminder. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking about the warrior archetype and how the warrior archetype, one aspect of it is about consistency and the discipline to get things done. And for the last 16 weeks, I've had to lean into my warrior. Despite the builders being outside, despite having a cold and kind of losing my voice a bit and all those things and getting the episodes done. And so I want to offer some thanks to my warrior this morning, but also a reminder to you, if there's something you've been thinking of doing, wanting to start, procrastinating about, an idea you've had on the back burner and you think, I'll get around to that at some time, this is your moment. Take that step. It may not be polished. It may not have finesse. It may be a bit rough around the edges. Maybe it will transform into something else as the weeks go on, but take that step, because very quickly the first step becomes the second step and the third step. And before you know it, you'll be well on the road to wherever it is you want to go. And, the first week I uploaded that first episode and it just looked so lonely there. Episode 1 on the website or the podcast page just looks so lonely sitting there by itself. And now it has 15 friends. So that's what happens if we start, So I'm sharing my own experience with you today as that little nudge to take the step. And today I want to talk about receiving, and it was brought, it's something I've had to work on a lot over the years and I continue to work on, but it was really brought into my awareness at the weekend, where we live in a little medieval village. And so most people's vegetable gardens, including our own, are outside the village in the countryside. And I was out working in my vegetable garden on Sunday morning. And when I came back, there was this huge bag. When I say huge bag, it doesn't really really describe it. I'd say more like half a sack of khaki, of persimmons were outside my front door. And oh my goodness, I was so excited because I love persimmon. If you don't know what persimmon are, they're this beautiful, when they're ripe, they look like an orange jewel, this beautiful kind of round fruit. And they're kind of gooey and sweet and delicious on the inside. And when they're ripe, oh my goodness, they are so good. I love persimmon. And my neighbor Carmela had left this kind of half a sack of persimmon on my doorstep in various stages of ripeness. So I had some really ripe ones that I could eat and some that I could put in the storeroom so they can ripen over the next few weeks. And I was just so thrilled, and I came inside and I, cut up a couple of myself and my husband. We had them with our breakfast. It was just gorgeous. And I was sitting there enjoying them. And I just had this moment go, oh my goodness, Catherine, look how far you've come, because I sat and I enjoyed them and they were delicious. But old me would have gone, okay, Carmela has left persimmon. Now I'm going to have to, get some of the ripe persimmon and I'll, puree them and I'll turn them into a cake and I'll drop the cake over by the end of the day, or by tomorrow to Carmela to say thank you. Because I wouldn't have felt worthy enough and good enough and able enough to simply receive without feeling that I had to do something in return. And so I wanted to talk about receiving today, because receiving is a beautiful energy and it's a reciprocal energy. It's part of the giving and receiving of life. It's part of what brings us into flow. And there's nothing wrong with giving. But often I found in my own life and with my clients is that we're overgivers. We're the ones that give. We're the ones that do. We're overgivers. And that muscle is very strong, but the receiving muscle is quite weak. And what happens with that is over time, it creates exhaustion and it'll create resentment. And over time, it'll leave you feeling very much on your own and unsupported by the people around you and unsupported by life. And it's our own fault because we set up that pattern. It's what I'm the doer, I'm the giver, I'm the one that sorts things out for other people. And people over time learn that you're the giver and then that you don't let anything back in. So what's the point in trying to give to you because the door is shut? So it's a bit like, in our medieval village, around our little village, there's a wall and there's these gates at different points in the wall. So years ago, in olden times, when there was a siege, everyone would come in behind the wall and the gates would be closed and we'd be safe inside. And it's a bit like that when it comes to receiving. It's like, maybe there's something you want. Maybe there's something you desire. You want love. You want a partner. You want a new opportunity. You want a new possibility. You want connection. You want to develop a relationship with your inspiration or your creativity. Maybe you want more abundance. Maybe you want a holiday or a car, whatever it is. There's something you want and you desire, and it's outside the wall. And because your gates are shut, the gates to your medieval village that is you are shut, whatever that is you want or desire can't get in. Or to get in, it has to bang down the damn door. And at some point it gets fed up because you bolt the door, you put a barricade in front of the door. Or what you do is, of a morning, you put your work bag on and you sneak out through the door and you think, well, I'll work really hard to earn the thing that I want to receive. Because underneath, in the core of your being, there's a belief that you are not good enough. You are not worthy of receiving. So I want to change all that today. Because receiving and giving, if we can come into balance with that dynamic, we come into balance with life. We come into balance with the flow of life, and we come into balance with ourselves. And the thing is, if our receiving muscles are not fluid, if they're not exercised, if they're not strong, if we're not good at receiving, and we're really good at giving, what happens is not being able to receive and over giving steals our joy. It steals our fulfillment. It steals our sense of wonder and awe in the world. It steals the magic from your life. It steals the expansion. So when we can come into a relationship with receiving, we open to love, we open to support, we open ourselves to positive experiences, to reciprocity, to trust, to intimacy, because it is quite a vulnerable thing to receive, and sometimes that's the issue, which is like, I want to be strong. I want to be the independent one. I want to do it by myself. But underneath there is a lack of trust, a lack of intimacy, and as I say, a lack of worthiness. So I want you to have a little think about today. Where are you in that dynamic of giving and receiving? Are you the giver? Are you the overgiver? Have you overgiven to the point where you're actually resenting the people in your life because there's nothing coming back? And if that's the case, you have to take responsibility for that dynamic because you've set it up. Are you a receiver? Are you an over-receiver? Are you not giving? And that can exist, but I find that's kind of usually the smaller percentage of people. We tend to be overgivers. And why? Is it a cultural thing in Ireland? Oh my goodness, in Ireland, we're so terrible at receiving. But the simplest of compliments, we brush it off, So is it a cultural thing? Is it a belief? Sometimes it can be a belief, it can be a religious belief, something like that. So is there a belief about receiving, belief that you have to be the one doing the giving? Or it can be, that receiving is a feminine energy. It's a feminine principle. So it can be something that you learned from your mum. Maybe from your mum, you learned not to receive. You had to be the giver, the doer, the facilitator. All right. And then down another layer underneath that is as women, if you're listening to this as a woman, that our bodies are designed to receive. Our bodies are designed to receive a lover, to create life, to create growth. And if you've had a trauma around that, you can have closed the doors to receiving. It's like nobody's getting in here. But in that closing the doors, you're closed to everything. You're closed to life. You're closed to the universe coming to meet you. So there may be a little bit of unpacking that needs to be done as to why you can't receive or why you find it difficult. All right. And the first step in that is a curiosity, to be curious. Where am I on the receiving spectrum? Where am I in it? Like, am I good at it? Am I not good at it? Are my medieval village doors closed? Are the gates closed and nothing's getting in here? But at the same time, I want things to come in, and that's creating frustration. That's creating a lack of trust in life and in the world. So it's a curiosity, a willingness to be curious about where you are on the receiving scale. And the next bit is to retrain your receiving muscles. And we start small and we start simply. And that opens up to receiving in bigger, beautiful, brighter ways. Like, it was no coincidence that Carmela didn't leave me like 2 or 3 persimmon on my doorstep. I've been working on receiving. It was just such a joy to me to see it was basically half a sack of persimmon. And it was like, I knew that was a testament to the work I've been doing to let abundance in, to be able to receive. Okay. So how do we start? First step is we're going to look at this, first of all, in the realm of, gifts or compliments. All right. So something is coming to you, or kind acts. Okay. A kind act. Somebody wants to do something kind. It could be make a cup of tea. Would you like a cup of tea? So think about that. All right. So a compliment, kind act, a gift. Whatever it is that is moving towards you, that, is coming to you, is being given to you, don't dismiss it. So if it's a compliment, don't dismiss the compliment. If it's a gift, don't dismiss the gift. No, you didn't need to do that. Why did you do that? There was no need, right? If it's a kind act, somebody's offering to make you a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you. Don't dismiss it. All right. Step 1. Step 2, say thank you. Don't say thank you, but. Don't say thank you, but you didn't need to. Don't say thank you like, oh, you look well. Really, I think I'm very tired. Oh, I love your top. Oh, really, this old thing? Don't say thank you, but. It's thank you. So whatever the kindness, the compliment is, thank you, full stop. I did a training many years ago. It was a woman called Regina Thomasura, and her version of this was, if somebody paid you a compliment, what she got us to say was, thank you, it's true. So imagine I'm walking up to you and I'm saying, good morning, you look fabulous today. Your job was to say, thank you, it's true. Now feel that in your body for a minute, because I can tell you, when I started to do that, it edged the hell out of me. It was really, really uncomfortable. And I will preface this or add to this that, Regina's American, and very kind of, how would I describe her? She's quite out there in some ways and dramatic in some ways. So working with her was a real stretch outside my comfort zone. And over the years, I've learned to say thank you. And for now I say it's true in my head, right? So I say it's true in my mind. But there was so much judgment about that. If I say thank you, it's true, people will think I'm big-headed, I'm arrogant, I'm, full of myself, all those things. But it was such a good practice to actually stretch myself. But an amazing thing happened. So if I say thank you and even say it's true in my mind to myself, space opens up inside me. And it allows me to meet myself and bear witness to myself in all sorts of new and beautiful ways. And it's like I receive myself. So if somebody says, Catherine, thank you, that was really kind, I go, thank you. My mind, it goes through and going, that allows me to accept and receive that I'm a kind person. Or Catherine, you look great today. Like, they're seeing my beauty. I'm receiving my own beauty. Or Catherine, thank you for your help. It's like, oh, it's true. It allowed me to receive that I'm helpful. I'm good at helping and caring. All right. So whatever it is. So first step one, don't dismiss the compliment. Don't dismiss the gift. Don't dismiss the act of kindness. Don't dismiss it. Step two, thank you. Thank you. And if you want to really work that muscle, thank you. It's true. Step three, breathe it in. Breathe in the kindness. Breathe in the gift. Breathe in the compliment. Breathe it in for 15 seconds and allow it to land in your body. Allow it to land in your cells and really ground that kindness, that gift into your bones, into your being. It will change your chemistry. It will change how you are wired. And here's the really interesting thing. The more we can receive and the more we can ground it into our bodies, the more we become a magnet for receiving more good stuff. The more we become a magnet because we have a positive charge, a positive pole, a polarity in our being that allows us to receive, and we attract more of that to us. So if we are in our medieval village with all the doors shut and it's like, exhausted trying to do all the things and exhausted from giving to everyone and being frustrated and bitching that, we're doing everything for everyone and nothing's coming in. It's because there's no space for all the good stuff to come in. There's no opening. But if we can practice that receiving, practice grounding it in, we become a positive charge. We become a positive charge for more good stuff from life, from the universe. And that's where life gets magical. That's where life gets easier. That's where all beautiful synchronicities and opportunities start to happen. Okay, so step one, don't dismiss the compliment, the gift, or the kindness. Step two, thank you. Not thank you, but not thank you an excuse, not thank you and putting yourself down. Thank you, full stop, or thank you, and either out loud or in your mind. Thank you. If it's a compliment, it's true. Or if it's a gift, thank you. I am worthy of this. All right. So don't dismiss and thank you. Step three, breathe it in. Breathe in whatever you're receiving, the kindness, the gift, the compliment. Breathe it in and allow it to land, knowing that as you do, you expand your own energy for more of the good stuff. And step four, I'm going to give you an affirmation to practice getting those receiving muscles strong. And it is this: I am willing to fully receive. So say it with me. I am willing to fully receive. So I am willing means I'm opening the door. I'm creating space in my being. I am willing. Where I was closed before or constricted, I'm opening. I am willing to fully. So not a little bit, not 2%, not 20%, to fully, to the end of my edges, to the vast expanse of me, to fully receive. So I am willing to open to the full expansiveness of who I am to allow the good stuff in. I am willing to fully receive. So again, say that with me. I am willing to fully receive. And that's my offering to you this week, to practice this. Because whether you want to connect more with your intuition, or whether and receive the guidance from your intuition, or whether you want to receive love or joy or opportunities or something delicious that, inspiration for a new project or whatever that is, there has to be an opening in our being. There has to be an opening in our energy system, an opening in our emotional body, an opening in our mind for that to come in. And that's why we practice receiving. And that in turn gives us so much joy. It puts us into the rhythm and flow of life. We feel alive. We feel expansive. We feel joyous. We feel the tingle in our being. And yeah, and I am part of it, and it is part of me, and we're in this beautiful co-creative relationship together. So, receiving, if you want to practice receiving, don't dismiss the kindness, the compliment, the gift. Thank you. Thank you. If it's a compliment, it's true. If it's a gift or a kindness, thank you. I am worthy. Breathe it in, whatever that is, the compliment, the kindness, the gift. Breathe in the act of receiving that which has been given to you for 15 seconds. Ground it into your body to become a magnet for more. And then practice the affirmation. I am willing to fully receive. I am willing to fully receive. And if you find, those edges, those parts that need a little healing, that's a bit of transformation, that's okay. Work with them. Work with them. The little voice that says you're not good enough, you're not worthy, work with them. Or get in touch with me and I'll work with it with you. Okay? But I promise you, if we can step into the art and the gift of receiving, our life changes in the most beautiful, the most exquisite, and in the easiest of ways. In the easiest of ways. So that is my offering to you, beautiful people, this week. Have a gorgeous week as you explore. Let me know how you get on. I love, love, love hearing, what you get from the podcast and what it gets you to think about and what it gets you to do and what it gets you to transform. So please do get in touch and let me know. And as always, if you enjoy the podcast, please like it or give it a star, or 5 stars if you're listening on Spotify, or leave a comment. It really helps the podcast be visible in the outside world and outside our little Soul Alchemist podcast universe, our little bubble. That means a lot to me. And 16 episodes. Thank you for being part of the journey. Let's see where we go with 16 more. Have a gorgeous, beautiful week. Slán agus ciao.